Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We're live at the Longfin in Orange. That's on Chapman Avenue, 2730 East Chapman in Orange. 55 freeway to Chapman goes south. You can't miss it. It's a giant Shimano Day sale, but it's more than Shimano. It's Shimano, Power Pro, G. Loomis, AFCO, Seaguar. I mean, the Longfin has everything on sale. Everything.
Yeah, period.
And we're not allowed to talk about price, but it's everything.
Yeah. That's how good it is.
That's how good it is. So get on down here. You can make the deal of the decade here at the Longfin today for Shimano Day, going on all the way till 7 o'clock tonight. Pat Schlock from Shimano is here helping us out, and he's kind of managing the sale. He's overseeing all his people here. It's kind of a good view from right here, right, Pat? You kind of see everything that's going on.
Bird's eye
overlooking
view.
the boys,
watching all the guys,
seeing who's working, who's not, taking notes.
Perfect. And boy, are we thanks to Pat and the guys at Shimano, Mark Mills and everybody. Thanks to them, we've given away great prizes this morning.
Boy, you're not kidding. How about that? So if you step up to the microphone this morning, not only going to have a chance to win some of those great Shimano Orcas, you might win a Shimano Wax Wing, you might win a Shimano hat, or you might be the grand prize winner, because somebody who steps up to the microphone and asks a question this morning is going to get that brand new Torium 16 HG. We've been talking about it all year, talking about it this morning. Not a nicer reel out there for you, and somebody is going to have themselves a brand new reel, a Torium 16 HG. Again, if you want to participate in that, ask a question. Just see Gary White. He's the man standing by with a Let's Talk Hookup hat. Let him know you'd like to ask a question and jump in that contest, and you might be the winner of that brand new Torium. And hey, if you're on your way up, not able to be here this morning, you want to call and give us a question, certainly haven't forgot about our callers either. Another great prize there. If you are the lucky winner at the end of the show today, giving us a call and Let's Talk Hookup, you might have a trip for 2. It's a half-day fishing trip aboard the Daily Double at a Point Loma Sport Fishing. Half-day trip for 2 aboard that great Daily Double. Get in on that great fishing in San Diego right now. And if you want to get your shot on those phones, 2 ways you can reach us. First is with our local line, which is 858 area code 457-1090. Again, 858-457-1090. Or you can reach us toll-free. That toll-free number is 877-792-1090. One more time, 877-792-1090. And with that, it's time for our Catch Report. Time to find out what's biting out there. Today, the Catch Report sponsored in part by the Sato Crimp and Winder Company, where they only make products that work. If you want to end connection failures, you need the Sato Crimp Kit. It's a must-have piece of gear for your next trip to help you catch everything from school-sized tuna to record-sized tuna. With all brass crimps and other features, it's better than ever. It's the favorite connection method on the Royal Star, the Royal Polaris, the American Angler, and most of the other top boats. And if you haven't already, you should make it your preferred connection system for Spectra de Mono or Spectra de Fluorocarbon. And what a better time to get it than right here today at the Longfin. Like I said, everything on sale. And I'll bet if you walked inside,
the Sato Crimp Kit's on sale too.
No doubt about it. If you want more information, just come on down to the Longfin here, or jump on the website at SatoCrimpandWinder.com. And we've got a little bonus report. We're going to start off up in Ventura this morning. We got our man, Captain Bill Kavanaugh of the Amigo, is on the line. He's not used to saying that. Good morning, Bill.
Hola, amigo.
Hey, hola, amigo. Good morning, you guys. How you doing?
We're doing great, Bill. Great to hear from you.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to call in with a little report on what we've done on the Amigo at Ventura Sport Fishing Gear this last week. You know, we've been targeting game fish every morning, starting out our day, and we've been picking up a little bit of white sea bass and some halibut. The sea bass have been up to 35 pounds. The halibut have been up to 45 pounds. We've been getting a couple, 2, 3, 4 or 5 game fish every morning before we go out and do some shallow water rock fishing. But everything came together for us yesterday, and we had extremely good white sea bass fishing. We ended up catching our limits of sea bass by 8 o'clock in the morning. It was like the real deal type sea bass fishing. Fish up to 30 pounds. They were like 18 to 30 pound fish, and we even picked up a couple halibut there. So We had real good fishing yesterday. We've had a great week all in all, and we're looking really forward to things to come here in the Northern Channel Islands.
Yeah, and Pat, are you fishing fin bait, squid? What are you fishing?
Pat's fishing squid this morning on the Dawn, but yeah, we've been fishing squid on the Amigo too.
Well, no, sorry, Bill. I meant, yeah. So are you getting your squid from your brother there?
There's actually, that's been kind of the key for the sea bass for us. You know, that sea bass gets in on that squid, and that's when we're able to go to work on it. You know, we've seen sea bass around for quite some time. We just haven't really been able to catch it because it hasn't been settled in on that squid yet. But that squid's showing up more and more in various little areas up there, and that's why we were able to do what we did yesterday and have that really good fishing. But yeah, you know, like I say, we've been making bait, getting squid on the boat in various areas up there, and it's definitely been key to what we've been doing.
That's so cool.
Sounds like you really got a great operation with the Amigo up there. Bill Cavanaugh, if somebody wants to go fishing with you, wants to catch a white sea bass right now or a 45-pound halibut, sign me up for that. How do we get a hold of you? How do we go fishing with you?
Yeah, you can get a hold of the office at Ventura Sport Fishing at area code 805-676-3474. You can check out their website at VenturaSportFishing.com. You can book online there, and you can also book online at AmigoSportFishing.com. And you can check us out on Facebook at Amigo Sport Fishing.
Thanks, Bill. Nice to hear from you. Look forward to
thank you so much
catching
for
up
taking
with
my call. You guys take care.
All right.
Good to hear from you, Bill. All right, well, let's continue on with our catch report. We got our FishDope.com reporter, the man, our private boater buddy, Captain Mark Wish of Pacific Edge, is standing by. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Ricky. Good morning, Pete. Good morning, Pat. Well, guys, it's still just crazy good fishing, man. Let me run down a few of the hot spots. And actually, I was going to start with what Bill just checked in on, that fishing up there around the Channel Islands, because that squid showing up and more of that sea bass. So he covered that nicely. But it's good to see that sea bass and big halibut get going up there, get that zone woke up a little bit. Much better weather for those guys, finally, thank goodness. Santa Monica Bay, still slow, mostly rockfish there. But, man, just below that, right here in my backyard, it's just been game on. Steady fishing on that good grade yellow out there on that 150. And the 150 bite is kind of a misnomer because it's actually, and this goes to that question you had just before the hour, there's a huge area of fish there. So you got to, take into consideration that stuff is stretched out along the drop-off for multiple miles. There's fish outside the horseshoe proper, then down to the, 150 spot, which has kind of been the epicenter of the whole thing, outside deeper water on the southeast bank, and then east of the rigs also where nobody's fishing. The key is just watch for the birds. You don't have to have 300 birds in a bird school. Just, 2, 3, 4 turns flying along. They dip a little, take a little look there, man. You want to get in there and check that out. But the stuff's still biting the iron, both the surface plug and the yo-yo jigs, but it's definitely switching over to a little bit better on the bait. All winter we were fishing them straight iron. They wouldn't even hardly bite the bait, but biting the fly line sardines, biting the dropper loop, pretty good here these past few days. And then live squid has been available, but it's actually been better on the fin bait. Boat pressure has been beyond crowded, so work together, guys. I can only imagine what's going to look like out there today and tomorrow. Squid situation at Catalina has been much better, thank goodness. A couple different areas, backside east, backside west. Guess what? More sea bass right there with that bait, and lots of yellows at the island, and very few boats because they're all stacked up, beating up those yellows in the 150 zone. And then offshore, oh my God, last week the big bluefin was a 173, a new Spiro record. And then his record only lasted a week. It's up to 178 now, again a spearfish. And then the best fish rod and reel has been like in the 160s. Man, that's just crazy good big fish fishing right here in our backyard. So gear accordingly, guys. And then there's more of that catchable grade bluefin. Not quite the big volume we saw a couple weeks ago. I don't think it's gone. I think it's this deep. But there's been fish seen around the 209 to the 277, 289 to the mackerel bank, southwest of the 43. And actually some of that best fishing's right in tight to the beach there. It's good signal on the 9 Mile bank proper. There's some nice kelp patty yellows mixed into the whole area, and a little bit more yellowfin tuna around, starting to push up above the border where it's easier to get at. So collectively speaking, it's barely the middle of June. We've got good fishing, and our third hurricane of the season. They just upgraded Carlos. It's just going to be crazy this year, guys. Who knows what's coming for next week?
What's so crazy is the quality of offshore fishing that we're having right now, and we take away the fact that it's happening in June. I mean, just that your opportunity at a 30 to 100-pound tuna is so good, literally 10 miles off the coast. I mean, I just can't remember when there's been fishing this good for this long, this close to home. It's crazy.
We're rewriting the book on the good old days. Let me tell you, man, this is epic, and it's just getting started.
Well, again, Danny's had all the information thanks to guys like Mark and all the great reporters that they have at fishdope.com out there. Fishdope.com, an absolute must. If you don't have it, whether you're going on your own boat or whether you're going on a charter boat, you want to know what's going on, fishdope.com is the place to be. It's easy. It's $169 a year. It lasts all year, winter, summer, spring, and fall. But you get $20 off on a new membership right now using the code HOOKUPNOW. Lowercase, one word, HOOKUPNOW. $20 off a membership at fishdope.com. And Mark, how do we find you?
The Pacific Edge store is on the corner of Bolsa Chica and Edinger in Huntington Beach. Phone number is area code 714-840-4262. The website, PacificEdgeTackle.com. And I don't know how it's going to get any better for next week, but I think it might.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, first day of summer next weekend. How about that?
Ooh, that's right. All right. Well, that'll be good.
Still spring.
Well, good. Then it should get good then.
Then it should get good. Yeah. Hey, Mark, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you next Saturday.
Okay, you got it, Pete. We'll see you guys.
All right, let's head on down the coast over to San Diego and Seaforth Sport Fishing. We got our buddy Marcos on the line. Marcos, good morning. What's going on there at Seaforth?
Good morning, guys. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Good morning.
Well, we had a little bit of a downturn fishing there, slowed down a bit. I mean, it's going to happen occasionally, and I have a feeling, the loads are fairly light right now, especially on those 3/4-day trips. Mix of, I'm feeling a lot of people are going to start coming out now that school's done for most local schools, and I'm sure the new passport requirements have put a little damper on the loads there. So, hey, if you have your passport and you have some time and you want some light loads, that might be a great time to come out fishing. We were talking about last week, if you don't have your passport and you want to fish the islands, go get it. Get it started now. You'll have to wait a few weeks there, but it's a good thing to have. It's going to last you 10 years. 3/4-day trips fishing out the islands. Still seeing some yellowtail. San Diego is picking away at yellowtail, bonita, barracuda. Still some bottom fishing there. A little slower, but like I said, lighter loads. You're not going to see as many fish on there. The half-day trips fishing locally, a lot of rockfish in there still. They're picking away at the yellowtail as well. You see one or two here and there. The Elgato saw a couple yellowtail and a bonito yesterday. Still some calico bass in the mix. Those 1 day, day and a half, 2-day boats fishing offshore. Yellowtail, a little bit of bluefin. Like saying earlier, the bluefin are there. They're not quite biting. So a little lull in the fishing, but it can only get better from here. So definitely check the website, seaforthlanding.com. Have our full schedule up there. Half day, 3/4 day, those 1 days, day and a half. Some of those boats have 2 days and longer trips scheduled, so you might want to check out some of the boat websites also if you're looking for something later in the year, 2-3 day and the like. And like we've talked about before, you can make your reservations directly online there. It's the same process we go through, so if you're calling here and it's busy and you really want to get on a trip, sometimes it's worth hopping on the website and making a reservation that way. Don't have to explain to us how to spell your name. If you have a funny last name, enter your own credit card information. Sometimes it goes a bit quicker for you. Of course, if you have any questions, give us a call at the office, 619-224-3383. More than happy to answer any questions you have and get you out there fishing.
Right on, Marcos. Well, great report. Sounds like plenty good going on and some nice light loads at Seaforth, which as summer gets going, we know that sometimes goes away. So good opportunity to get on the boat and have it to yourself a little bit there. Well, great report, Marcos. Appreciate that. Glad to hear there's still good fishing going on, and we'll look forward to talking to you next Saturday.
We'll talk to you then.
All right, well, that's going to wrap up our Catch Report again. Sponsored in part by Job Site Supply, specializing in the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing trades with lines like Milwaukee Electric Tools. We personally know these guys, have fished with them too. They're hardcore anglers and very serious when it comes to dependable job site delivery and the very best in Milwaukee tools. You can check Job Site Supply Co. for more details.
All right, Job Site Supply, great place. If you're a contractor, you got to use Job Site Supply. If you're a contractor and a fisherman, the guys are the best.
No doubt about it, for sure.
JobSiteSupplyCo.com. We're live at the Longfin here in Orange. Sales going on. A lot of merchandise. Are you watching all that merchandise coming out, Pat?
I am.
A lot of Shimano, G
notes.
Oh, yeah. Guys are picking through the boxes over at the AFCO Clothing and buying boxfuls of clothing here at closeout prices here at the Longfin in Orange. Going on all day today through 7 o'clock. And Dr. Bob Blum, I presume. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. I just want to give a report. I went out on the 3/4-day boat out of Long Beach Marina on Thursday, and the boat caught 127 yellowtail. And,
no kidding.
Yeah, I say it's a 3/4-day trip. The boat left at 6 in the morning. We didn't get back until 7 at night because it took the crew 3 hours to clean the fish.
What a day!
There was only 2 problems. One, there were 80 people on the boat.
Wow.
And the second problem, I didn't catch any.
No, come on, Bob.
Good Lord.
Oh, my.
You're not supposed to admit
So
that.
what was the hot ticket? What was the way that guys were catching?
Not being Bob Blum was the hot ticket.
Well, okay, Are you saying that he should have been at Rancho Leonero doing his job as tournament director instead of doing that?
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah,
They were all caught on fly line sardines. Some with a little sliding sinker, quarter-ounce sliding sinker.
Okay.
And at one point, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I put a lively sardine in the water. The guy on the left of me hooked up, the guy on the right of me hooked up, and I'm standing there. And at that point, I reeled in, went back into the galley, got a beer, and read my book.
You need to go on one of our Shimano Let's Talk Hookup on the water seminars and learn a little more fly lining technique. Then, Bob.
Yes. And my attitude is, I'm yelling, there's 100 boats out there. Doesn't anybody have a job?
A midweek deal. Well, I know you're going to Kingfisher Charters in Sitka tomorrow with the gang.
Yes.
Our Let's Talk Hookup group. Have a great time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming down to Longfin.
We'll give you a call.
Appreciate that
See you,
very
Bob.
much. All right, on the line right now from the San Diego International Boat Show is the Vice President of the NMMA, Dave Joffrey. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, great to hear from you. So tell us about this great show that starts next week.
Well, we open next Thursday and we run through Sunday. We've got about 180 boats on display, all different sizes and shapes, and a boat for every budget. We've got a lot of fishing gear this year and fishing boats, which we're excited about. Smaller boats on land and bigger ones in the water, and we're really trying to focus on that important sport because so many boaters wet a hook during the year that we feel it's important to at least do our darndest to represent that part of the sport.
Indeed. You have an expanded sport fishing area, I understand, this year. That's really great for us, as well as sport fishing boats, and you have boats up to 125 feet. Is that right?
You know, we do. This is turning into a really neat show with regard to super yachts and bigger boats. We're tied in with the Super Yacht Association, which is a national group. But, those are fun boats to get on and dream. But most boaters, an interesting statistic, boats are under 23 feet, and the average income of a boater, household income, is under $100,000. So I always like to tell people that don't be intimidated by these big boats. They're fun to look at, but the heart and soul of the boating industry and the heart and soul of boaters' lives are under 23 feet.
There you go. That's I'm at 22 feet, so fall right into that category there. So, Dave, how do we find it? Where's the show and admission and parking and all? Give us all the details on the San Diego International Boat Show that starts this Thursday.
So we're at the Sheraton Hotel Harbor Island, which is literally across the street from the San Diego airport. The land exhibits are parallel to the marina, which is the Cancer Survivor Park. Like I said, we open Thursday at noon. Admission is $12, and children 15 and under are free, and military with a military ID and police and fire are free.
Wow. Fantastic. All right. And parking will be right there?
Parking's right there at the Sheraton, and that is also $12. So it's a pretty reasonable event because there's so many things to do. We've got a lot of interactive displays where people can try stand-up paddle boarding. There's tons of seminars every hour on the hour that people can learn about boating. We've got just a myriad of things for folks to do. And, of course, as you mentioned, we're developing a fishing section where we're grouping that category together. So it'll be fun to have your audience come and learn a little bit more about their sport.
Fantastic. The San Diego International Boat Show starts this Thursday through Sunday. Great way to kick off the summer. Dave, thanks a lot for joining us. Have a great time. We'll see you at the show.
My pleasure. Thanks for letting me call in. Bye now.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way, including a bunch of your phone calls and stand-up mic questions. We got more Let's Talk Hookup right here on the Mighty 1090. Everyone likes special treatment, kind of feel like a VIP. Well, that's how our listeners are treated at Poway Valley Collision. I have personally heard of several stories of how well our friends Jim and Mary take care of their customers that we sent them. Poway Valley Collision is worth the drive from anywhere in the Southland. We know you may not need them today, but when accidents happen, it pays to go to Poway Valley Collision. And listen to this. Our listeners get a special discount that can save you hundreds of dollars on your car or truck repair. Just tell them you listen to the show and you get the deal. They work with most insurance companies, including Auto Club, MetLife, Wawanesa, and more. Just bring your car or truck to them and let Poway Valley Collision do the rest. I have had my truck repaired at Poway Valley Collision, and the job was perfect. So get your vehicle fixed right at Poway Valley Collision. Tell them you listen to Let's Talk Hookup, and they'll save you money on your repair. Poway Valley Collision, 14211 Garden Road in Poway. Check PowayValleyCollision.com.
Here's important news from Searcher Sport Fishing. Our 2015 schedule is now available at SearcherSportFishing.com. This is Captain Art Taylor. After an outstanding 2014 season, I promise our trips will fill fast. The Searcher offers great service, awesome food, air-conditioned cabins, an RSW system to preserve your catch, and plenty of room at the rail. Call Celia at 619-226-2403. That's 619-226-2403, or book online today at SearcherSportFishing.com.
It's time for our Power Pro 60-second seminar on your next fishing trip. The Power Pro Advantage is right here at the Longfin in Orange. You can have the one and only Matt teach you the Power Pro connections, like the hollow splice, the hollow A splice, which is just so easy to do. And once you learn it, you got it.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. I mean, you can walk right up to the Power Pro booth right now. Say, you know what, I just got this brand new Torium 16, and I got it full of 65-pound Power Pro, but I don't know the best way to connect the mono. Whether it's line-to-line knots with the solid Power Pro, whether it's hollow connections with the hollow ace, maybe splicing the loops of the reels ready for wind-downs, whatever you choose or want to know about, you can find out right now by the guys at the Power Pro booth here at the Longfin.
That's right. You want to check it out, and while you're there, check out the new Max Quattro. That's amazing new Power Pro line here at 25% thinner diameter, and it is truly an amazing casting line there. You can check out the Depth Hunter that Pat was talking about.
Sure, the meter
all
line.
the different lines that they have right here at the Longfin at the Power Pro booth.
Good morning, it's Whitney from Mammoth Lakes, California. Come on up, the water's fine, is what the Eastern Tier is touting. And in Mammoth Lakes, it's much more than just the water. This summer, our 4 lakes will be stocked with almost 16,000 pounds of healthy fighting trout. From fishing and biking to hiking and horseback riding, there's a legendary story waiting for adventurers of all ages in Mammoth Lakes. Start planning your next adventure at visitmammoth.com. That's visitmammoth.com.
If you've heard the advice Scott Sherman from Fifth Avenue Insurance has given anglers over the past couple of years, you know there is much more to your boat insurance than just a low rate. Well, Fifth Avenue Insurance can not only find you the lowest rates on your boat insurance, they also make sure the coverage you get meets all your needs. What if you had an accident with the boat and found out you didn't have proper coverage? Well, that just won't happen when you insure with Fifth Avenue Insurance. Call them for advice on your current boat policy or any of your insurance needs. Fifth Avenue Insurance, 619-640-3130, or check the number 5 THAVEINS.com.
Are you feeling that itch to get out on the water? Come fishing on the American Angler and reacquaint yourself with some familiar faces and make new friends. Captain owners Brian Kiyohara and Sam Patella take pride in every aspect of the American Angler operation, from their loyal and trusted crew to the sashimi-grade fresh fish you'll take home. It's easy to find a vacation that fits your schedule. We have everything from day and a half to 10-day trips and longer. Call me at the office, 619-223-5414, or check us out at AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com. We want you to become a part of the American Angler family.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Again, live here at the Longfin in Orange, having a great time on this giant Shimano Tour Day sale, and man, it is going on.
Oh yeah, I just saw one of our Let's Talk Hookup Palmas de Cortez Fall spectacular participants here in the parking lot. Team Baracho, leader himself.
Leader
Don.
of Team Baracho.
Yeah, and wanted to remind you that is our next East Cape tournament. It is October 8 through 12 at Palmas de Cortez. We have $1,000 cash, courtesy of George Ware Asphalt in Escondido. We're giving away for the largest tuna, wahoo, or dorado caught during that tournament. And it's a great time of the year down there. A wonderful experience. I know a lot of the people that were going on a Rancho Leonero tournament that didn't get down there, and a lot of the people that did get down there are going in October because they want to get their taste of the East Cape at a good time of the year. So you want to sign up. All the details are on our website, hookup1090.com. Go to the trips page for any of our trips, including the Shimano Let's Talk Hookup on the Water seminars, the trip in October where you're going to have a chance to win that $1,000 cash from George Ware's Asphalt. All of it's on our trips page at hookup1090.com. And we're here at the Longfin, and Art Ramirez. Art, you still around? Art
must be inside shopping.
Maybe he's shopping. All right. How about Eric? Eric Zamuka from Newport. Eric, are you around? Eric's must be shopping too. Greg Shimuzi from Irvine. Greg from Irvine, are you around? Maybe he's shopping too. Craig from
There's
Anaheim.
Craig. All right.
Craig is here. All right, Craig. Thanks for coming. All right. Everybody's shopping inside the store. It's that good. It's that good. Yeah.
It's a great sale. It's
an amazing sale. You bought some stuff.
I picked up some of the flat fall jigs.
Very nice.
All right.
My question was, is it better to fish the flat fall or the live bait? And I'm sure from what I have heard so far this morning, depends on the situation from day to day. But we'll speak to the experts and see what you have to say.
Yeah, we got that.
That there? Okay. All right, there we are. You know, it never hurts to have a little something of everything tied on, just in case the conditions change. You know, live bait, something to drop a flat fall, some of the cast Colt Sniper, so on and so forth. You really got to just watch the conditions, see what's going on, see what kind of bait you're metering, where you're metering it.
That's one of those things that there can never be a blanket answer because one school to the next just might be set up differently for you. But that's such a good tool to have. One, because it gets bit so good. Two, it's so easy to fish. You know, there's nothing to it. And on, especially now, we're starting to see, at least down in San Diego ways, this bluefin fishing. We're having good yellowtail on kelps, but we're starting to see tuna being caught on kelps too. It's a really good thing to be doing different than everyone else. I mean, obviously, if all the bites are coming on live bait, by all means, tie the hook on and give them what they're after. But if you're encountering slower fishing or you're seeing kelp patties, you want to drop a jig down below it. Maybe you get lucky and get your Opa. Maybe you'll catch a bluefin. Maybe something different. I just think that there's never going to be a blanket answer on which is the one over the other. But I mean, again, no Shimano day, set that aside. There's no question on how good that flat fall of a lure has been. I mean, we see it all the time at the shop. I always say that the very best thing to show if a lure is working is if you see the crew members that work on the boat come up at night with money out of their own pocket to buy it. I mean, that's the ultimate not believing in hype, not believing in everything. I mean, those are the guys every day that see it work, and, they're working for not a ton of cash. So when those guys are coming up over and over saying, man, that's the jig you got to have, that's the very best thing to say, yeah, that's it. And that's definitely the case of the flat fall.
And what's the best way to fish it?
On the drop. I mean, you just, pitch it out away from the boat, cast it out, let it sink out. Helps to know where the fish are being metered in the water column, so you do know how long to let it sink out. Wind it back up, drop it back down, just back and forth. I haven't seen a very great effect in a jigging motion like a traditional butterfly jig. Just a straight wind back up through the water column.
Fast wind, slow wind, medium wind?
Just a regular medium wind, I've gotten bit that way as well. And then just dropping it back down, let it flutter back down through the water.
You bring
column.
it like a third of the way back up and kick it back kick it out of gear and let it fall back down?
Again, it all depends, where the fish are. Are they in the top 30 feet, or are they, 50 to 80 feet, or are they down to 120? I mean,
listen to what the captain says. Yeah. Find out where the fish are.
Right.
And just fish it. The more you fish it, the more you're going to get bit.
The beauty of it is that 90% of the time is the way you get a bite is pulling the lever back and waiting for one to climb on. There's very, very little to it. And if you don't get a bite, you wind it up and start the process over again. I mean, that's the beauty of it. It works really, really good.
Good luck, Craig.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming down to the Longfin. Tommy P. came all the way from Florida to be here at the Longfin today.
Well, that's quite a bit of travel.
Yeah, that's quite a day. It's worth the trip, though, right?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here, live and in person.
Yeah.
I was just wondering why California is so far behind when it comes to purchasing a fishing and, for that matter, a hunting license.
And that's a very good question.
If you were to buy a license, say, on December 31st, and you spend like $67, you get to use it for one day. Come January 1st, you got to buy a new one. So I'm just wondering there.
Well, now that with the electronics, too, it's not that hard a changeover. And here's the crazy thing. The bill that the senator was trying to get through California, it was defeated. So now they have to start all over again because they were getting real close.
Yeah, they were
the Sport
trying to do
Fishing
that.
Stimulus Act, it was put down, or I guess it was passed off to a later date, which means basically they're putting it in the drawer and going to get on to something else.
Maybe we'll get with it.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense because in Florida, you guys have annual license, right?
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming along, Finn, Tommy. Appreciate that very much.
Well, the phone lines are packed up. How about we talk to Hills, calling us from Ventura this morning. Good morning, Hills. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. All right. Looks like we lost Hills. So how about this time we talk to Stu in Sandy?
There's Hills.
Hills.
There
What's
we
up,
do
Hills?
have Hills. Good morning.
Hey guys. Hey, so I was happy to hear that the rep actually is involved with jackal lures, and the jackal lure is something I was suggested by Eric at Eric Tackle, and I ended up going out with the bass, the squad minnow, the 128 size in a natural sardine pattern, and ended up. By the time that thing was worn out, I had a handful of sea bass and more than a handful of halibut on that thing. And I just wanted to see if get some info about it. There seems like the hooks are a higher quality on that thing.
I actually fish some of those jackal squad minnows over in Hawaii inshore, catch some fish with those baits that you certainly would have thought would have bent those hooks straight out.
Really?
Yeah, I mean anything from blue trevally to uku, trying to get some GTs, but no GTs on those. But the hooks held up surprisingly well.
That's cool.
Well, you better take some to Christmas Island, Ricky.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Put that on the list.
Put that on the list for sure. Well, that's good. So you're fishing them in the surf, Hills, right?
Yeah, I fish Shimano gear. I like a Terramar, like a trout pole size, 7.5 foot, and I use smaller Shimano spinning reels, and I'll use 15 or 20 pound Spectra backed up with mono in case I'm going to get spooled so I can get the stretch. And then I walk the beach with that, and I cast into the holes, and it's amazing how effective those lures are. They will, if you want to find out if there's fish there, that's where you should fish because they have to bite it. They can't say no to that thing. And
lure is it?
They work so good.
Squad minnow 128.
The Jackal Squad minnow 128. They have them here at the Longfin.
They do have them here at the Longfin.
Yeah, at the Longfin. Squad minnow 128. Hey, thanks for the tip, Hills. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. I'll bet they're on sale too. You think, Pat?
We're not saying.
We're not saying.
Most likely.
Most likely. All right. Ralph from Whittier is here. Ralph, you're around. Thanks for coming down to the Longfin today.
How you doing, Ralph?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the CCA.
Okay.
Please.
Now, if you're not a member of the CCA, join.
Yes.
Because they're fighting for our fishing rights.
No question about it.
The second point I was going to bring about is the same point that this gentleman brought up about California fishing license. It makes more sense that the day you buy your license, you have them for 12 months.
Yes.
Not from January to December. A lot of people don't fish the winter months.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that the CCA is going to be involved in. Now, don't forget, CCA, I'm on the board of directors. It's just getting started. And thankfully, a lot of people joined during the Fred Hall shows. But we're going to see things like that, the license, be on the forefront of the CCA and the work that the CCA, and just one example of all the different things they're going to do. So there's a lot going on. Not a lot going on yet as members of the CCA, but just wait. Things are really happening. The new executive director is going to be announced here very shortly, and things are going to start really ramping up with CCA. So join.
Yeah, also, when you join at the Fred Hall show.
There you go. You get in free, right?
You get in free. You got tons of coupons, that's up to 20% off in some things. And for Channel Island and Dana Wharf, you get half off a fishing boat.
There you go. Well, thanks for coming down, Ralph. Appreciate that. And good message, too. Jerry in Garden Grove is here. Jerry, thanks for coming down. It's always nice to see. Jerry's one of our regulars on Let's Talk Hookup, and always nice to see his face here at the Longfin.
Hey, good morning, guys. My heart's set on the new Tranks HG. What do you guys think would be the perfect new Terramar coming out? I've been patient, and his money's burning a hole in the pocket.
Pat?
Yeah, that's right. We do have the new Terramars that are being introduced at ICAST being shown here today.
Oh,
and,
I've seen them.
Yeah, we got to give them a look, got to give them a feel. We got all the models. We're making them anything from 7-foot live bait models, reel seat, X-Wrap string tube on the foregrip and rear grip, up to 9-foot. We have one model that's a true deckhand style grip. Everything else is going to have a reel seat. I guess it would depend on your application of fishing. I mean, if you're I think the Tranks has been a great surface iron reel. It's been a great yo-yo iron reel.
So what about throwing the surface iron with the Tranks? Is that what you want to do?
Basically.
Yeah.
Which rod would you select?
I would say there's a 90 MH over there, or depending on how heavy of
That's
an iron.
That's a 9-foot.
9 foot. Yeah. Medium heavy action.
Yeah. And does it have a reel seat on it?
It does have a reel seat, so the Tranks is going to fit.
Yeah.
There's also 2 8.5-foot rods over there. The medium, much better for throwing the lighter irons, smaller irons, but the medium heavy could, huck a 45 very well.
And the new 90H has got a little more guts than the previous 90H, right?
It does, Rick, right, yeah. It's
really?
More reminiscent
more
of the older
to it.
90XH.
Right,
and made for throwing surface iron.
Right,
So it's
absolutely.
got that parabolic shape, and really load up and go, huh?
Right, and then we also have 3 7-foot, 7.5-foot with cork grip and 3 8-foot with cork grip, going back to the old style full cork grip that everybody likes
Just
for the
good
inshore swim bait kind of stuff. Just
traditional
all
bass rod, regular cork grip.
Yeah.
So you can see them here at the Longfin. When will we be able to buy them?
Those rods are due to come in any week now. We're supposed to have delivery here at the end of the month and in the stores. Probably the first week of July is what we're still hoping for.
That's awesome.
Fantastic. All right. There you go.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry. Good question. Thanks a lot for coming down to the Longfin.
All right. Well, let's jump back into the phones and talk to Mark, who's calling us from Lakeside this morning. Good morning, Mark. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, guys. How are we doing this morning?
What's up, Mark?
Hey, I was fortunate enough on Thursday to be fixing Mission Bay when all these tuna crabs came rolling in. And so I was just fly lining them and getting the spotties to whack them pretty good. I was just wondering, does Fishing Game have a limit on those like they do ghost shrimp where you're only allowed to have 50 of them? And also, with them being out there, are these bluefin going to load up on those and kind of stop chewing?
Well, those red crabs have been around offshore since the beginning of the year. I mean, we've been seeing them, pretty darn steady since that yellowtail bite, that we were talking about earlier on the 270 started. That was back in December. I think that we're just now seeing the influx of them washing up on the beach, but I think the presence of those things have been around all year, so I don't think it'll affect the bite in any manner differently than it has already.
And there's nothing in Fish and Game laws that I know of that affects the take on red crab. You can take all you want.
Red crab.
Wait, now, what do you think? Maybe collect those things up and go in the bay and fish them. Obviously, they're eating them.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Never know.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Shove them up.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the call this morning. Appreciate that. Ron is here from Seal Beach. Ron from Seal Beach. There he is, right there. Thanks for coming down to the Longfin here in Orange. You got a bag full there, Ron?
Yeah, holder for 12 jigs.
All right, excellent.
Nice. My question is, with Mexican waters, we're going to be able to go down there and fish for bluefin tuna?
I think there's a very strong likelihood that's going to happen.
Okay.
This is there's talk that it's already written in Mexican law that it's going to happen. We just don't know when.
Okay.
And so be patient with it. It's a work in progress, but I know Kenya and the people of the Sport Fishing Association of California have been working diligently on that project. So
I know the word that we've been hearing is always, it should, it could, but the writing is truly on the wall now. We are very much anticipating it happening. Finally, it's going to happen probably a lot sooner rather than later. At this point, I think we're all over saying, "Oh yes, it's going to happen next week." But I think odds are very likely that will happen soon.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And the crazy thing is that you go to Ensenada and the local fishermen there are saying, "Oh yeah, we can catch bluefin tuna." Well, they have to live by the same Mexican regulations we do, but it's going to happen. We just want the Mexican government to do what's right and start it up as soon as possible here.
Because I'm going to be on the Top Gun 80 come Friday night for 3 days.
Well, let's hope it happens this week then.
Yeah, I do too.
But there's other things to catch, and
That's
there's
right.
plenty of bluefin tuna in U.S. waters too.
Good.
So
Thank
you can, there you
Good
go.
seeing you.
Have a great trip. Thanks a lot for coming down to Longfin. Sam from Irvine is here. Sam, thanks for coming down to the Longfin in Orange here. Appreciate that. I got a great crowd here. Lots of people buying stuff.
I think it's bigger than last year. Way
Yeah,
bigger, yeah.
I think so.
My question is, I want a value-priced popper rig. What would be a good value-priced popper rig?
For saltwater popper?
For saltwater,
Saltwater poppers. I'd go with a Terramar Southeast rod, one of the 8-foot models. We make them from medium heavy up to double extra heavy. So I guess depending on how big of a popper you're throwing. Yeah, probably Saragossa 10,000 and a Terramar 8-foot heavy.
Okay.
Yeah. That's now what are you talking about with that outfit? A Saragossa is relatively reasonable for a high-end spinning reel.
Yeah, the 10,000s I believe are $299, and the Southeast rods right at $139, I believe.
Oh, wow.
$129 maybe.
Under $500, you're getting like top of the line.
Rod,
stuff
reel,
there.
and line, you'd probably be under 500, and that's something that you could potentially take a 100-pound tuna with.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, something you could also throw live bait with if
Sure.
you got really small bait around here and you need to get a little better cast. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait to throw some poppers at the local tuna here this summer.
Yeah, I didn't do it last year, and I really want to do it this year. Yeah.
Get set up. There you go. Pat's got you dialed in. Thanks for coming down to the Longfin.
All right, how about next up we go into the phones and talk to Dennis, calling us from San Diego. Hi, Dennis. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Nice to talk to you. You ever have one of those mornings where you can't even remember your phone number? My hat's off to the guy that answered the phone. He was very patient with me. One of your callers answered, One of your callers answered part of my question about these pelagic crabs, that they actually do, I guess, make good bait, but can you eat them?
Go ahead.
And there's not much to them.
Yeah. Have you seen them? The best thing I would do, Dennis, is go down to the beach today. Ocean Beach is loaded with them right now. Bring them in, fry. Put a little breading on them. Fry them up. I'll bet they taste delicious.
We spent an entire day convincing a buddy of ours who maybe doesn't fish nearly as much that they were awesome for crab cakes, and he's like, "You guys are messing with me." No, man, they're awesome. They're awesome.
You never know.
We spent the entire day. By the end of it, he was 100% convinced and was
might
trying to
be
get
a
us
little
to scoop them up. It
crunchy.
was just awesome.
Maybe we'll have to put that on the angler's table. A little recipe for red crab.
Yeah,
I
there
like
you go.
that. Hey, Cliff from Lakewood is here. Thanks for coming down to the Longfin.
What's up, Cliff?
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Great.
I've had fun out there at the 150 slaughtering those yellows out there. It's been fun all week long.
Good for you. Will you teach Bob a lesson?
Yeah. I was on my own boat, though, so, it's only two people on a little 20-foot boat.
Well, then you better take Bob fishing.
There you go. Hey, I have a flat-fall question. If the current's really ripping out there and now you use an 80 or 100, is that really going to work well, or do I really have to go to the heavier one for that?
It'll still flutter just fine. It just, I guess, depends how fast you want to get to a certain depth.
Yeah.
I personally like the greater action, the lighter jigs fluttering, a little slower down, gets a little longer look by the fish.
So you're looking like 80 to 100 grams.
The 80s and 100s get overlooked by a lot of people. Everyone goes for the heaviest jig, bigger's better, but no, not always. Matching the hatch.
And you made a really good point, too, about if you just slightly slow your spool down some, you will greatly see a difference in the speed of the lure swimming.
Yeah, that's a good one. Cliff, thanks for coming down to the Longfin. Appreciate it.
And when we come back, we're going to find out who's got this brand new Torium HG along with a lot of other great prizes. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup live from the Longfin in Orange right here on the Mighty 1090.
What a tuna and yellowtail season last year. Many say the best in 30 years. Could this season be even better? Don't be caught without the right gear. Now is the time to stock up on the trolling lure that proved to be the best. X-Rap Magnum by Rapala. Every X-Rap Magnum runs perfect right out of the box. They all have extreme action and a controlled deep diving aggressive swimming motion. The large diving lip partners with premium VMC hooks and an irresistible rattle. The X-Rap Magnum by Rapala can be trolled at high speeds without rolling or kicking out at depths to 15 feet. Bottom line, the X-Rap Magnum is the ultimate trolling lure for Southern California and Baja saltwater fishing. With a textured translucent body, internal holographic foil, and 3D holographic eye, X-Rap Magnums are irresistible to saltwater game fish. Available in a variety of colors and sizes. No matter what you choose, the fish can't resist X-Rap Magnum by Rapala. Ask your local tackle dealer which is the hottest color and size and start catching more fish. See the entire line at Rapala.com.
Shop boats for every lifestyle and budget at the Progressive Insurance San Diego International Boat Show, June 18th through 21st at the Sheraton Hotel and Marina on Harbor Island. Tickets at SanDiegoInternationalBoatShow.com.
Imagine being home in the morning and fishing yellowtail and calicos at Cedros Island by the afternoon. Now you can with Cedros Adventures. Experience world-class yellowtail and calico fishing aboard comfortable pangas with local captains that know the island hotspots. Stay in Cedros Adventures' own private waterfront hotel and experience first-class meals and service with pickups in L.A., Orange, or San Diego County. You hop aboard a scheduled flight to Cedros Island to begin an incredible experience. Trips are all inclusive and offer old world hospitality and fantastic fishing. Cedros Adventures. Call 310-435-6353 or check cedrosadventures.com for rates and more information.
My angler H2O. Like the mighty flounder, I will keep one eye on the pole and the other watching for rogue waves. I'll save water by taking shorter showers and enthusiastically celebrate Talk Like a Pirate Day. I will chat up the locals before launching in unfamiliar waters. And I will always, always wear my life jacket.
What's your H2O? Tell us at BoatCalifornia.com. The California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways reminds you to wear it, California.
No matter the fishing conditions, count on the Seaguar family of fluorocarbon leader material to help you catch more fish. Fluoro Premier has a smaller diameter with the highest break strength. Plus, it is super soft. When bites are tough, tie on Fluoro Premier. Blue Label is tough as nails with incredible abrasion resistance and impact strength. And new Pink Label is the choice for tough light conditions, giving you a little more visibility for better line control. Pick up a spool of Seaguar at your favorite tackle dealer or visit Seaguar.com.
XEPRS 1090 AM Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Padres.
Oh my gosh, this club is playing fantastic baseball.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. All right, congratulations to all the winners of our stand-up microphone questions and the caller that won half day for two aboard the Daily Double at a Point Loma Sport Fishing was Stu in San Diego. Stu, congratulations. You're going to love fishing on the double.
Yeah, indeed. And thanks to everybody here at the Longfin. Thanks to James with RC Productions for doing a great remote job here at the Longfin. And, of course, Adam in the studio and Ryan on the phones in there in the studio. And the one and only Gary White for helping us out here with everything going on here at the Longfin in Orange. And this is a great sale. You don't want to miss it. It's going on all the way till 7 o'clock. Are you going to be here till 7 o'clock, Pat?
Yes, I will be.
You will be. Go up and see Pat Schlock. Want to thank you, Pat, for all the great work you do for Shimano. And the Shimano, AFCO, Power Pro, G Loomis. Everything's on sale here at the Longfin, right?
Yeah, great day. You guys don't miss it.
Gotta
come on up.
there's
no traffic on Saturdays, no excuses.
No, just come on down. And it's easy to get here. I-5, the 55 freeway east. Then you take Chapman Avenue going south, and you can't miss the Longfin. It's only about a block and a half down. You can't miss it right here in the beautiful town of Longfin. The Longfin.com is the website.
I say, if anything, just get here to get your flat falls because you know you're going to use them all year.
Oh, yeah.
This is the time.
And they're on sale. So check that out, and thank you very much for everybody again for coming. And thank you Ricky, have a great time at Sitka, Alaska. I know you're going to miss the show tomorrow morning, but I will be there with the one and only Dr. Larry Allen, the scientific fisherman. It's been a long time since we had Larry in the studio. It's going to be great to have him back, and we'll have you back tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. right back here on the Mighty 1090. We'll see you then.